Hey, Goody. I've seen last 2 weeks you guys have started using Joe Haig kind of in that six lineman jumbo tight end type look. I just want to ask
Yes.
you how well that's worked in terms of giving you guys another option for a blocker that doesn't add to Gronk's workload and still gets things done in terms of being part of the run game.
Yeah, it's something we've always done in the past. We just finally put it in this past couple of weeks. He's done a great job. Now the question is, when are we going to throw him the ball? Because obviously defenses are going to start to key in on him when they see him in there. But he's done a great job. He's been good at the point, blocking our run, and been good in protection. So it's been a great bonus to have him in there.
We were just talking to Donovan about the offensive line to see what they've been able to do to have given up 8 sacks in 7 games. I know having Tom is certainly a part of that in terms of him being able to get rid of the ball quicker, being aware of things. How pleased overall are you with how this line has played?
Pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way they've been protecting the quarterback. You know, schematically, there's nothing changed from this year to last year. It's just I think a lot of guys have a better understanding. Obviously, the quarterback makes a little bit of a difference, but Byron's calling the same plays he called last year. We just happen to get the ball out, and everybody has a year in the offense now, so everybody knows how to operate, execute from that standard. But other than that, I'm happy. Run game could have been a little bit better last week, but it is what it is.
Sorry, next we'll go to sorry, Jenna. You go ahead, Jenna.
Oh, sorry, I pulled a Shaq Barrett there. Hey, Coach, I had asked Coach Leftwich this already, but you have some familiarity, obviously, with Antonio Brown. What gives you guys the confidence that he will be able to not only function with you guys in your system, but you know, be the kind of player and teammate that you guys need on and off the field? What gives you guys, what convinces you guys that he will be successful here?
I just think he's a guy in a position that knows he's pretty much on his last chance. I know from us, from a football standpoint, it's a guy who's familiar with the offense. So there's going to be a lot of stuff when he walks in the door or when he walked in the door that he was going to know right off the rip. And I just think from the leadership in the locker room, I think from the people between myself, Byron, Randall L., Larry Foote, B.A., obviously, guys he knows we have his back as long as he takes care of business on and off the field. And obviously he doesn't want to let anybody down. He's coming into a situation where he probably knows he's not the number one receiver, and you're just trying to fit in where you can get in. And obviously Tom's done a great job of spreading the ball around, so I think at some point all the receivers are going to be happy at some point during the game.
What's the reception been like? I know he's only been in the building now for, 2 days, but what's been the reception of him from the rest of the guys on the squad, even though you haven't practiced together as a team?
No, it's been good. You know, to us, it's business as usual. He comes to meetings, and I think he works out on his own with a couple of people, the trainers and the strength coaches, while we're practicing somewhere else. But, you know, it's been normal. Really, nobody's paid any extra attention to it. I think this culture takes care of itself around here as far as everybody knowing what to do, how we do it. And he just got to try to fit in, and he's done a great job of that so far.
Now we'll go over to Steve Isbitz.
Coach, what's the best way to explain what the difference is in the running game this year?
I think Rojo's a little bit more seasoned. I think our guys are a little bit more seasoned up front, the tight ends and the O-line, just from a technique standpoint, knowing what we want. To be honest with you, most of the plays are still the same. We just have a better understanding of what we're trying to get done. And I think Rowe has been done a hell of a job this year, just getting it downhill, not being indecisive, and just, you know, taking the hole when he sees it.
And as the run game coordinator, when you're putting together that package for each week and that process, is Tom Brady sort of sitting in with you to learn what that is or give his input, or what's his role in that?
Pretty much he gets it on Wednesday. Byron and Clyde put it in. Obviously me, Byron, and Clyde have talked Monday and Tuesday and know what I'm looking for and what Byron's looking for that matter also. And it's pretty simple. You know, usually he just got to check something. For the most part, he makes the mic point and we're rolling. And, you know, he's been pretty good that way because he likes running the ball. That's the thing about having him. He doesn't always want to throw it. Sometimes he wants to run it. So I like that about him.
And we'll go to John Ledgard.
Hey, Coach, I just was curious about Chris Godwin as a blocker, not having him this week, and what, you know, as a run game coordinator, when you're putting all those things together, is there somebody on the team that you feel like easily steps into that role, or do you feel like because Chris isn't out there, then it may change some of the things that you do from a scheme standpoint?
No, we're going to do what we do. I think Chris is phenomenal. He's one of the best I've been around. I think other guys like Reggie Wayne, Larry Fitzgerald, Hines Ward, those guys have always been good blockers like Chris. Chris is probably one of the best ones out of the group. For us, it's all about the team mentality, next man up. I think Tyler will do a good job. If we ask Mike to do it, he'll do it. So we all know we got to block at some point, especially in the receiver room. I think they'll be fine. So for me, nothing changes. The expectation has been set, and we got to execute.
Thank you.
And now we'll go over to Tom Krasnicki.
Hi, Coach. I want to ask you about Leonard Fournette's return this past week. He had 11 carries. Ronald Jones had 13 carries. So speak about the dynamic between those two. They obviously both want to be the bell cow, and they can't be that at this point. So is that a friendly competition for touches back there, and how do you view that moving forward?
I think it's always going to be a friendly competition, but most of the time I don't even look who's in the backfield. That's how locked in I am on the offensive line. And it's just great having two good running backs. One guy's feeling that day. Obviously, he stays in. I think one of the early games in the season where Fournette was feeling it, he got a lot of touches. And obviously the last couple of weeks, Rowe's been feeling it. So I think it's a good problem to have. Those guys get along well. And, all those guys in that room compete hard each and every day on the practice field. And it's just good to have a problem where you got so many dynamic backs that you can put in the game at any time.
Last question will come from Steve Isbitz.
Coach, I think if I added it up right, this is your 16th year coaching offensive linemen in the league.
Yes.
You mentioned that it's a seasoned group, but you've got a rookie there in Tristan Wirfs. Where does he rank among rookies you've been around? And maybe you can explain how quickly he's adapting.
I would think he's a legitimate, probably Pro Bowl type player. I don't know what else is out there because obviously I don't watch all the rest of the teams, but, he's been phenomenal. I don't remember a rookie having such an impact on the offensive line, probably since Marquise Pouncey back in Pittsburgh. For a guy to come in day one and play at a high level, some of the pass rushers he's seen in the National Football League that are Pro Bowl players, it's been a battle week in and week out for him, and he's answered the bell every time. Obviously there he had a hiccup versus Khalil Mack, but who does it? Other than that, he's been great. And even when he got beat by Khalil Mack, it was just a technique issue. It wasn't like the guy flat out beat him. But we hit the lotto on that as far as the organization, getting him in the draft. Jason did a great job. BA did a great job, and ownership obviously letting us trade up to get him. That was a huge, huge move for our team.
All right, that's all for today. Appreciate it, Coach.
Yep, you guys have a good one.